Welcome to our latest video blog. I'm going to try and cover this one, a bit of talk around school sport, where we are, where we were, and how we're planning to try and improve the quality and quantity of school sport here in the west of England. I think this is particularly relevant on the back of the fantastic summer of sport we've had with the Olympics and the Paralympics in London. It's created this real buzz around, actually, what do we mean by legacy? To the point where just a few weeks ago, ITV had a programme dedicated to school sport. There's no question there are some challenges around working in school sport. Compared to where we were a few years ago, where we had a system of school sport partnerships established across the whole country, we're in a situation now where there is nowhere near the level of resources, as in people, to do the legwork of making school sport work. What we do have is a very clear strategy about the role that school games will play in supporting the school sport pathway. There are 4 levels to that. There's intra-school competition, so competition within a school, Then there's inter-school competition, which is obviously competition between schools on a local level. There's the county finals, which is the element that Wesport particularly leads on, supported by a local organising committee and an operations group. And then the 4th level is a national school games, which is basically led by the Youth Sport Trust and by national governing bodies of sport, identifying the best school-age kids to go along to that national final. Within Westport, we've tried to make sure we didn't just focus on the level 3 county games as a one-off event. We're working really hard with our partners, the school games organisers, national governing bodies of sport, to make sure that there's a clear role for the West of England school games in their school sport pathway, and also that we're able to connect it and link it to what goes on out in the community. So that means instead of having one big event every summer as a one-off festival, we're actually planning 3 events this coming year. We're planning a winter festival, a spring festival, and a summer festival. And the reason for that is to better link our school competition programme into each of the sport's own national competition pathways. So if you take something like table tennis, for example, they have a series of local competitions, which lead on to regional, and then on to a national final. And many other sports mirror that. There's a programme called Tag to Twickenham is another one. And for us, we wanted to try and embed our school games to enhance the number of schools that had the opportunity to be part of those programmes. What we've tried to do locally is make sure we continue to increase the number of sports on offer to our local schools through the School Games County Festival. So this year, for example, we're adding in sailing, rowing, canoeing and trampolining. 4 sports that schools and young people within those schools don't often get a chance to take part in. So for us, bringing those national governing bodies into our patch to link to school games is our way of trying to make sure we're enhancing what's on offer to young people, despite some of the challenges that we have, because there are less people around to help deliver these things. What we've also tried to do through the level 3 school games is make sure that not just the sporty kids have the opportunity to take part in activity. We run a series of competitions that look for things like best photo, best media person, journalists, that are young people that are nominated by the schools to come through and provide a role at the county finals. And that means we can engage young people from right across the school curriculum, not just those that happen to be in the first team for a particular sporting activity. To try and overcome some of the challenges that we've had around less people hours to do the work, we have looked at how we can use volunteers and local community organisations more locally. So you'll see there's lots of young volunteers who get involved. For example, with netball, we've recently run a High Five Netball Young Volunteers programme, which means that we've got young people then that are capable of going and supporting a competition within school hours. So you ask each school to maybe bring along as well as their competitors, 1 or 2 young people that are going to help out either as officials or in other volunteering roles. So just to finish, is it perfect? Far from it. Was it perfect before when we had lots more resources? Far from it. Are we trying to look at how to use the resources that we've got to best effect and engage more young people in school sport? Absolutely. Because of all the benefits it has for those young people in terms of their sporting prowess, but also away from sport, the impact that it can have on their performance in the classroom, on their behaviour. These are well documented facts now, and that's why school sport is so important and why Wesport will continue to play its role in pushing this agenda forward. If you'd like to find out more about the work Wesport has been doing with our partners around school sport, please visit our website. The address should be coming up across the screen. And if you've got any comments or questions, please feel free to contact me and my team here at the West of England Sport Trust. Thank you very much.